So we sell candles with embedded sets of dice. So you would buy one candle and you get the entire 7 set of dice,
Full set.
full set. People love it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Meet the Maker series. I am so excited today to have Barbara here. We're going to be learning about Dice Goblins by Lancaster Wax Company. So, Barb, if you could just share a little bit with us about what Dice Goblins is.
Sure. So Dice Goblin is our little spin-off from Lancaster Wax Company that mainly targets the RPG community and Dungeons and Dragons specifically.
So, a little more detail because you guys have super cool products. So, what is it that you actually sell as part of Dice Goblin?
So we sell candles with embedded sets of dice. So you would buy one candle and you get the entire 7 set of dice,
Full set.
full set. People love it. We have surprise sets and we have ones where you can actually see what coloring is in your dice. We have launched wax melts with surprise. Sorry, I'm being stabbed by a cat. We have launched wax melts with a surprise set of mini die in them. So think your big versions, but little, and they're tiny and they're adorable.
I love that.
And then we also have wax melts that have vintage miniatures in them.
Very cool. And so when we're talking miniatures, we're talking like the little tabletop figurines for like these D&D kind of games, right?
Correct. And all of ours are sourced from the 1990s or older. So
Wow.
they're like the vintage pewter and lead kind
Wow.
that
Nice.
like old school players used to play with.
Right. When you're hardcore, like this is the hardcore players.
Yes.
Very cool. So what got you all interested in doing this branch off as part of your business?
So this was like my husband's COVID passion project. He came to me during the lockdown. He's like, I really think we should do this. And he pitched the idea of the candles with the dice in them. And I was like, I don't think so. And we kind of have a running joke between the two of us. If we want the other person to do something, we have to make it their idea. So I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll humor you. So he made it my idea. I put it on the market and I sold it and I saw that it was selling and that people liked it. And I went, okay, you're right.
Wow. That's just a random, he was just like, hey, let's stick dice in some wax and see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I think he loves Dungeons and Dragons and he DMs a game twice a week. So for him, it was a way to combine his two worlds.
Yeah, that's really neat. I have a whole group of friends who play like these D&D games, and slowly I've been starting to tell them where I'm like, if you like candles, you need to go check this out. It's super neat. So you kind of answered this question already, but how long have you been doing this? So how long have you been doing Dice Goblin?
So Dice Goblin by itself has probably been about 2 years.
Okay.
Since we kind of started with the idea and have it to where it is today.
Now, Dice Goblin is part of Lancaster Wax Company. So how long have you been making like candles and wax products in general?
September will be 5 years.
5 years. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, what is your favorite part about running this business?
That's a tough one. I think sometimes it depends what day of the week it is. I love the creation and the making new scents or making new products. But I also love when we are at a show or we are at a con and we just get to talk to all different kinds of people and meet everybody, introduce them to our products if they haven't seen them, or like the ones who have used them and they love them. Like that's a great feeling as well.
I love that. The people part is so energizing, I think.
Yes.
Just being able to connect with them and seeing them excited about your products, because then it's not just you being excited. So what was one of your biggest challenges when you were getting Dice Goblin started?
Getting to market, surprisingly.
Really?
We kind of grew slowly, and that was a very calculated risk on our part. But now that we've hit the ground running with it, we're at like 5 different Comic Cons between now and the end of the year.
Wow.
So, getting out there was a chore because there's not a lot of like gaming stores that put this kind of product out. So it's not like I can go to an artisan store and be like, I have a candle with dice, because it's a very niche product.
Yeah.
But now we're getting there and we're finding those connections and we're meeting those people.
Nice. Yeah, I guess that's something you don't really think about with something that's that niche. Candles and dice, it becomes where does that person hang out? It is an interesting overlap sometimes. So what is one thing you are hoping to accomplish in the next year with Dice Goblin?
Can I say world takeover?
Yes, you can. That is
World
legitimate.
takeover.
World
Like,
takeover.
of
That's
course.
great.
We want to get our name out there. We want people to know our brand and know that, we're more than just a little farmhouse candle, that we have a candle for everybody. And we have a product that everybody can use.
And to piggyback on that, then, can you just share like some of the scents that you've created specifically with this line? Because you have some interesting ones.
So my favorite one, and I know it's kind of corny, it's I Cast Fireball, but it smells like a adult fireball drink.
Nice.
I found it comical. So
it.
our newest release coming up will be a line of jar candles with no dice in them because they're smaller. But they are all character themed. So like you have your rangers and your clerics, they'll all have their own label and their own theme.
That's exciting.
So I'm excited for those. We spent some time this past weekend working on them, so they're pretty cool.
I cannot wait to see and smell those. Those sound amazing. That's going to be great. Very cool. And then our last question is, what is something you wish you knew about when you first started out with this?
That's a tough one. Kind of, trademarking. We've gone through the process for both sides of our business, Lancaster Wax and Dice Goblin. So we learned some stuff the first time through that helped us on our second one. But some general business information that, like, we took a course through the Covation Center, and we learned a lot, and we have a lot of books that we're still reading and still learning information. And one of the hardest lessons I had to learn was not everybody has my best interest in mind when it comes to business, and to just be a little discerning about who you talk to and what you share with them.
Yeah. And that's a hard lesson to learn sometimes, but it looks like you guys have been so amazingly successful in spite of that.
We try. We pivot. Kind of our motto. We pivot.
You pivot. Pivot. Now I see as the Friends episode with the couch. Yeah. Yeah. And so for anyone listening who's interested in the Covation Center course, we can get you some information on that. But I am glad to hear that was helpful, and having that support and community. And then, so I lied.
I'm taking a picture so you can see what's going on.
I'll
post it later.
Yes. And I lied. That was not actually my last question. My very last question is, where can we find out more about you and Dice Goblin and Lancaster Wax?
So we are on social media at Lancaster Wax Co. We are also Dice Goblins US for Instagram and Facebook, and I believe just Dice Goblins on TikTok.
Okay.
Because I'm forgetting right now. And our website is www.lancasterwaxco.com. And if you click on the Dice Goblin link, it will take you to all of our products there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing today, Barb. I'm so happy to hear more about your business journey.
Thank you.